Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Not Just for Laughs for Radio Free Brooklyn. And we are joined, it's Max Hollander and I, as usual. And this week we are joined by Tevin Wallace. Why don't you say hi?
Whoa, yo. Woo.
Hey! And we're really excited to talk to him. He's a really, really funny guy. If you've had a chance, we posted his social media information. If you want to check that out, he's hilarious. We're going to play some of his clips later. But for now, Tevin, why don't you say hi and tell our listeners a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
You can also just breathe for a second. It looks like you just ran in here, and that coat looks incredibly insulated.
Very, very, very unique look.
Well, that's what happens. You get like the nice coats, and then you got to deal with it later. I got a shitty coat, and I don't have to worry.
Until you're outside, where you need it.
Yeah, but that's the problem with New York City, right, Tevin? Like, you go from, like, building to building, and in between the buildings, you're dying.
Facts.
Right? Facts. In between the building, you're like, oh, this is great. And then you walked into the building, you're sweating bullets.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So do you want to tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, or where are you from?
My name's Tevin. I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Woo!
The home of Biggie Smalls. I work with kids, for a nonprofit called Church on the Promise.
Here's to people working with nonprofits and helping kids.
Yeah, it's an after-school program. And then I just like making funny videos on Instagram. So, so like check me out, Tevin92BK.
Yeah, that's right. And YouTube, it's
Mr. Tev.
Yeah, and I have all that. We have all that information on our Facebook page. If you want to check that out as well. And I'm actually just gonna jump in and play one of your clips that and because I want there's one I wanted to play that I couldn't find, and maybe you'll be able to find it. But just so everyone can get to know you while you catch your breath. So this is called Floyd Mayweather. I got a question. It's on YouTube.
I got a question. If Floyd was born in February, why do we care about May's weather?
Ooh, tough times. That's a knee slapper. It's a knee slapper, y'all. It's a knee slapper.
I love that. I get made fun of so much because I think that shit's hilarious, and all my friends are like, "Just stop!
Yeah, I'm the king of that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I wrote recently. I'm trying to find. Because I wrote something. I never actually recorded it yet. I think you'll like this. I want it to be someone just walks into a room and goes, "Excuse me, can I use the restroom?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." And then when they're like, "It's at the end of the hallway on the left," and he goes all the way down the hallway and opens the door, and it's just a room with couches and everyone's taking a rest.
Let's go post you. I'm snapping. If you can't see me, I'm snapping.
Yeah, he thought that was funny.
I would walk back and be like, "Hey, you should really work on those toilets starting to flush. That would be really important."
Go.
Oh man, that got dark and gross real quick. But I don't know. I thought that one was funny, the Floyd Mayweather one. How long have you been creating YouTube content, or not YouTube, but like Instagram, social, all this online content?
I started Instagram like 3 years ago, so I'm pretty much late. I'm a late bloomer. But yeah, just Instagram. When I got free time, whether I'm at Planet Fitness, whether I'm home, just making little funny videos. I need to actually update my YouTube. So
you gotta add some stuff.
Yeah,
that's kind of difficult though. Like I know for me, like I get really stressed out because you post one video and you're like, I'm done. And you're like, shit, I gotta like repost it, and I gotta like put a comment on each one and pick the comment, and then get my friends to like it and watch every single one. And
it's crazy. Yeah, well, on Instagram is much easier because they got all the tools just to make a quick video. Like they have a 24-hour story. They got you can post. Right. Now YouTube is a whole different ball game. That's for a lot of research and stuff. You gotta do a lot with that.
Yeah, there's a whole algorithm. I watched a video yesterday by the guy who's been doing it for a while, and he said he's like, I'm embracing clickbait. He's like, that's the only way to get people to click on your videos these days.
Yeah.
And he's like, when I didn't use clickbait titles, I lost subscribers, and then I added them, and my current followers are getting mad. But like, that's how people find you, because YouTube's base is like a bigger Netflix now.
Facts.
So
I like how you compared like the older thing as a what'd you call it? You say a newer Netflix, or
it's like a YouTube is like a bigger Netflix.
I'm saying like you compared the older like thing, like as if Netflix is the bar, and you were like, YouTube is getting better than
Netflix. But Netflix kind of is the bar though, because that's where people are going these days, right?
Yeah, for like TV shows and like movies, but like YouTube is more music. But now it's turning into like shows now because they have like the premium account. So. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you have that?
nah.
Yeah, I don't. I've never done that.
Wait, what's the premium account?
Well, you gotta pay a subscription, and then you get to watch the well, it's no ads, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
That's what you mean. Okay.
and like now they making shows now.
Do you know anybody that actually pays for that?
Nah.
I would not.
Nah, because like my people just use other people's accounts anyway.
Yeah.
So we got to transition to YouTube.
I'm on a Netflix account. If Netflix is listening, this is comedy. But I'm on a Netflix account with 2 other people. I'm like on my friends with 2 other, and I thought like, all right, like I'm being pretty cheap. And then I was on a friend's Netflix. He's on it with 6 other people.
As he should.
And I was like, all right, I guess they're gaming the system better than I am.
Netflix. I don't think Netflix is really like counting pennies. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right. And now they're raising the rates. But isn't it just weird? Because like, I want to get back to the YouTube stuff, but you got me on this now, which is that YouTube, they have like feature films coming out. And Netflix, they have like respectable directors and stuff filming stuff for Netflix, and that's just really weird because it used to be that like film, because like you did some acting as well, and like film is like such like a club, like you have to get in and you have to follow their rules, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, actually not really, because you can just post something on YouTube. Did you watch American Vandal on Netflix?
Nah,
so
because I just watched Ozark, so I need to I need to transition to other stuff.
That's your show.
Ozark is amazing.
I never watched it. What's its thing? What's it? Is it? It's not comedy, right?
Nah. It's just pretty much like money laundering, pretty much. Like it was like
It's when Arrested Development took a darker turn.
Facts.
That's great. Imagine that.
Nah, this show was amazing. Like this show was so good. Like it made me say like Breaking Bad. Who? Like that's how
Really?
I was kind of bugging at that time, but it's so great though. It's great.
I didn't like Breaking Bad because I think it took itself, like for me, and I know I'm in the minority here.
You're in
I
high
know
water
I'm
right
in the,
now. You're in
I'm
high water, y'all.
I'm pulling back from the mic.
As
I'm
he
gonna
should.
yell from over here.
He's in high water, y'all.
It was like, I like comedy. Things that take itself too seriously, I get bored. And like, it was so serious by the end of season 1. Like it was too intense for me. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I want jokes. I want there to be jokes in everything.
So you don't want to watch a non-comedy. Like,
exactly.
That's not a knock on the show. You just chose
It's not
a
a
bad
knock
show.
on the show. It's a great show. But
I used to watch. I happens to be I agree with you. And just a fun fact, I used to watch. What are they called? Soap operas?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to watch. This is sort of on topic. When I was a
last
kid,
episode,
not
too.
during the episode.
Yes,
I said it afterwards.
You did?
No, we were chatting after.
Oh, my bad. Rewind. Start again.
Yeah.
And action.
So, sort of on topic, I used to watch as a kid. I watched soap operas because they look like sitcoms. So I thought they were sitcoms.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for the joke, and I was like, "Why is everyone dead? That's not so funny. I don't understand. Somebody got struck by lightning. I'm like, is he gonna like dance and like come back to life, and that'll be like a joke somehow?" And
no,
it was not. No.
Nope.
General Hospital makes a really bad comedy. It's just really
very, very.
But it's the same. It has like the same feel as those like cheesy like sitcoms.
Yeah, no, it does. Just like very fake everything.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna ask you another question. Okay. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Or is there something you want to talk about? Because I don't want to make you.
We know you came on a radio show, but we didn't.
Yeah. This is
we
a
want you
new
to know there will be
question.
questions.
This is a new question. I'm really excited about it, and I think I want to have all 3 of us answer this. What is the best advice you've gotten, comedy or life, that you follow, and the best advice you've ever gotten, comedy or otherwise, that you don't follow but know you should?
Well, I mean, the best advice is the advice you give to others. You know, that's pretty deep. Cause like you can give, cause like it's better when you see it from another person's, viewpoint. You know, like when you see somebody else's problem, of course you have the 1,000 answers.
Right.
But it's like when it's like similar to you, it's like, oh yeah, I probably should take my own advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But that's really hard. That requires you, first of all, being humble.
Of course.
And yeah, like I don't know, it's really hard.
Yes, it's hard, but I mean, like you can't be a hypocrite. You can't tell somebody else one thing, like, cause I can tell people like, hey, like follow your dreams and all that stuff, or oh hey, this is how you should post more Instagram content, and then it's like, oh, my page is pretty dry. Probably should take my own advice.
Yeah,
so that's pretty much it. Just follow your own advice. Just
Do you do a thing where like, because one thing I try to do, and I suck at it, but what I try to do sometimes is like pretend that the problem you're like this is really hard, but like pretend, let's say something's happening to you, you're like, I'm going to imagine this is my friend who I maybe don't even like that much doing it, and how would I, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you're in the store and you're like, oh, like I dropped something and it broke, and like, and my first instinct is like, okay, run away, no one's going to notice, and let's clean it up. Part of me is like, well, if my friend told me that they did that, what would I, like, would I judge them? And if I did, it's like same thing for advice.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that? Like, it's weird.
I probably should. I mean, you know, it sounds good. You know, that's a good way to imagine something that you should do. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's weird though. It's like a little too serious for me. I don't like being serious. What about you, Max? What's the best advice you've gotten that you haven't?
Don't do that radio show with Ellie. I didn't listen. But
wow, I think in modern parlance that's called being savage.
Why, yes, it is.
Ouch, that didn't hurt, but I'll pretend it did. No,
thank you very much.
That makes me feel better. While he's doing it, he can't actually be mad at me.
But well, that's not necessarily true. But
the best advice I got that I did follow was, next time you see Max, take off your headphones, throw the mic down, and just punch him square in the face.
You just ding, ding, ding. Let's go. You
just took what I said. Like, you just took my joke.
Yes,
and used it back.
I'm taking your joke and I'm like putting like a gold veneer on it.
Okay.
Like, yours was like an unfinished joke, and I'm like making it whole.
What'd you say last week? You said real, like fakers copy? Real artists steal?
Tevin,
what'd you say?
Back me up here. There's a famous quote.
Okay.
Attributed to Picasso, who, like, whatever you think about him, like, he's a pretty big dude. And he said, bad artists copy, good artists steal. Because copying is taking someone else's idea and pretending it's your own.
Okay.
Stealing is, I watch your video and I'm like, I love what Tevin's doing, so I want to take that. I want to incorporate that into my own ideas. Does that make sense? So it's like, one thing I respect from your videos is like, you don't give a fuck as like I care so much. I care too much.
Yeah.
And you're just like, dude, this is funny. I'm gonna post it.
Thanks.
And like copying would be taking your exact joke or like the format of your joke and just changing it to, like, I don't know, Mr. Southton. And you're like, why is he Southton? I'm facing west or something. You know what I mean? Fair. But like stealing would be like, I have this other idea that I wrote down a month ago, and I want to like use that same format of just like talking straight to the camera, not caring, and like stuff like that.
That's the same thing. Like, you're the same as, I was like, I was trying to like forcibly agree. Oh yeah, sure. Oh, yeah,
Picasso should stick to drawing. I think
that's the same exact thing.
He shouldn't be given advice. He's not.
It's the same exact thing. Like, it's literally just like, you just changed the words up. Like,
I was so proud of my idea that I literally just leaned back and put my head back.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Wait,
that was horrible. Oh well, copying. It's just, you just took one word out of it.
That's like if a fifth grader was caught plagiarizing and he was trying to get out of it. He's like, I didn't copy it. I amplified it. I enhanced.
I stole it. It's the same exact.
All right, so then what do you do? Okay, you know what?
Not that. Great. That was horrible. Yeah, cause the thing is, so if a kid gets in trouble and then the teacher calls the parents, right? Oh, hey, your kid was copying. The parent can't be like, oh no, you're wrong. My kid say that he was stealing. That's what? No, he's suspended for 10 days now. Well, that was double it.
Okay, well, now that was the joke that I just said 5 seconds ago. So now you technically just stole from my joke. Oh! And he was pretending to steal from your joke.
No, I didn't stole, I copied, which is different.
No. Like, stealing's the good one. Copying is the bad one.
Yeah, they were the same thing. Yeah, that was horrible.
All right, so let's say you're watching...
That was your scenario was just horrible. So maybe it's two different meanings. There's in the dictionary, it's two different meanings, but whatever you just said was horrible.
Oh my god,
that was horrible.
I sort of want to believe that Picasso said that, because that means that there's this one guy who just wasn't as good as marketing as him, or whatever it was, who he stole his paintings from, and that guy probably for his whole life kept on saying, Picasso, you gotta stop saying this bullcrap.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Hey man, listen, your paintings are okay, but like you gotta stop stealing my stuff.
Like,
And stop telling people it's okay.
Picasso's
Yeah.
next door neighbor was like, I want to draw people with both their eyes on the same side of the face, and Picasso's like, stealing.
Picasso needed people around him. Too many yes men around
Oh
him.
my god.
They all felt bad for him because he cut off his ear, and he was just like, "All right, let him say it." I guess.
I think that
Like,
was Van Gogh.
oh, it was.
Ah!
It was.
Now that I caught you in a gaffe, I'm gonna revisit this. What I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna turn it into a questions now. You have to defend yourself.
Perfect. Let's get it.
You have such a smile on your face. I feel like, I lost so bad in that argument.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
And Max, I haven't seen Max smile that much in a while, so you guys are good. Here's my question for you. Let's say you're listening to a stand-up comedian, right?
Okay.
And he does something that you want to learn from.
Okay.
Where's the line that you can take from that or borrow from that without it being stealing?
Well, I mean,
It's an important question, actually. It's a good question.
yeah, that was actually the best question you said all day.
Okay.
So where I say like just the only thing you could do. Well, the thing is to defend yourself is like everybody goes through similar problems.
Right.
So it's like no comedian could say, "Oh, well, this one copied off of mine," because like y'all all have different, the similar problems or whatever. Because like humans. But this is the same line. Like if there's a problem when you say the exact same thing. So it's like, because like you can go off of, all right, well, you know what, he had a tough childhood. His mom used to beat him, and then like you can be like, oh well, my mom used to beat me also. So it's like, but how does she? You can't say the same exact thing.
Right. You have to like make it your own.
Yeah, make
voice.
your own thing because you have your own experience.
Yeah. Did you watch that? I've been talking about this, but a mutual acquaintance is the one who told me to watch it. Did you watch that show on Amazon Prime about stand-up comedians?
No.
Whatever.
Because I'm about to pay for that. So
the
same thing we talked about earlier.
No, but you gotta
I'm
you
on
just gotta know
someone
one guy
else's.
who has it, and then you can.
So,
listen,
hey.
Yeah, but Amazon Prime is scarier because you can buy like Netflix. The worst you're gonna do is like watch a ton
That's true.
of stuff.
That's true.
Amazon Prime, you can like go in and like start buying things and have it delivered. Like if you're like, I'm on someone else's account and I can just deliver stuff to their door as a prank if I wanted to using their credit card.
That's a good point.
It's true. It's true.
You came in thinking this was a podcast.
No.
Now I think you're
I
getting-
copied your credit card information. I stole it. I stole it.
Yeah,
I stole it. I
stole it.
didn't copy it. I
I'm
stole
not gonna
it.
live this down.
Officer, please don't arrest me. See how horrible that was so horrible. Yeah, that was so horrible.
I wasn't taking this money. I was copying the money. I was going to put it into a printer and give it right back.
If anybody listens to last week's podcast and radio show, and they heard that information and they didn't listen to this week's, that'd be very bad for them.
Which one?
I'm saying, like, I believe it was last week that you brought that up with the
that's right.
about the Picasso thing, and he's just like, oh yeah, that's true. I can just
I
steal
brought
and
that
I
up
copy.
last week, and the guest was like, "Yeah, that sounds really good." Yep.
Yeah, so did you pay him off under the table? Because
I
there's a
copied
table
him.
here.
He's in jail now.
Oh, he's in jail. Perfect. Okay.
He's in jail now.
Yeah.
We have to go set his bail right after this, so we have a hard out at 7.
Well, I mean, the good thing about it is that he get to see 6ix9ine in person. So that's because I didn't see
that's
him
cool.
in concert yet.
I saw you posted about him. I don't know about some. Are you a fan?
Yeah, that's my boy. Like,
Yeah.
like, yo, his music is crazy. Like his music, like his, because me, I separate your personal life from your music.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
So
Yeah.
I think
Especially, sorry, just
No,
going
go
to
for
that
it.
really quick is that especially like one thing I've been thinking a lot about, and I honestly don't have any answers for because I'm just me. But like, I've been thinking a lot about how to be an artist, you have to be crazy because chances are, and like we can get into this or not, but like a lot of comedians went through shit as a kid, or went through shit and like, so either they were fighting to be able to just like express themselves creatively, or they had people all over saying like, that's not funny, that's not good music.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then they make it, and now everyone's like, oh yeah, but they're still, just because they're like normal now, inside they're still dealing with all their like demons.
Yeah.
So it's weird because you got to take that into account. I don't actually. Yeah. What were you gonna say before I interrupted you?
I hear what you're saying. I wanted to just learn a little bit more about
yeah,
like what it
that's
is
right.
that you do specifically. You're not a stand-up. You know, do you do
No,
stand-up?
well, no, I don't do stand up.
You're a content creator. You're
I
you're
just
on
make
Instagram
videos.
and
I
YouTube.
just I make Instagram videos. I just need to do more.
Do you have so I'm curious. I saw your YouTube channel. I haven't gotten to see your Instagram. Do you have like a schedule? Are you going somewhere with it right now, or
No,
like,
I'm not going to West. So I need to be more structured and really, you know.
is that
really,
the goal? Are you looking to be like a content creator?
Yeah, well, I'm just looking to just do more in general, just to be seen more. So I just need to, I'm like, you know, of course, I guess you could say a content creator. I just want to be more structured and everything, like to going into 2019 and just post more and just do more like video editing and everything. Just learn more about it.
Okay, you said because you said right now, so just to get a bigger picture of like what it is that you're doing right now. You work. What is this charity that you work with? This nonprofit that you work with?
So it's a nonprofit. It's called Children of Promise. It's for kids with an incarcerated parent, either one or both who have been incarcerated, either present or the past. So, like I said, so after their school is over, we pick them up, and you know we have different activities for them, whether it's homework or magic or whatever, just or artwork, you know. And then we're sponsored by a lot, like the Brooklyn Nets are like partnered with us and everything. So we have a lot of different activities for them and everything. And we have like a mental health clinic and different stuff.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's really great.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Is this like you can answer what you want to answer? Is this like a personal thing for you, or like this is like is there any reason that you particularly wanted to work with this group, or has particular meaning to you?
Well, I mean, it started off as like my friends used to be a part of the programs, right? So they told me to come, whatever, chill. So I was never enrolled. I just came to chill, whatever.
Right.
After we all graduated, I just stayed because I just like the mission, you know what I'm saying? Because like we all see the kids in our neighborhoods and like the struggles, you know? So like you hear different stories and it's like, because like you can find any job, like you can get a job, you know, a great paying job. It's like, but what are you really doing at that job, you know? Ooh. So you know, I mean, to me, you know, there's a lot of great paying jobs, whatever, or just jobs where great benefits. But it's like, for me, it's like, what am I giving back?
Yeah,
you know. So that's pretty much how I see it. I just love this program. So like, if I wasn't here, then I'd probably be like a mentor to one of the kids. So just to have my foot within the program and just have something a part of the program.
So does this play? So,
first of all, I just want to. I think that's amazing.
Oh, so, thanks.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. It's really something special. So does just because of, like this is like we're trying to gear the conversation towards like our content, like our creative parts of it. Like how does that play into like what you do and like what you do there? Do you try to be the funny guy there? Or are you like how does your content creation play into your overall story?
Do you find I'd be interested to hear like do you find that comedy helps you like connect to kids who like maybe guarded at first or anything like that?
Well, I don't really. There's no real connection. Like I don't do comedy there or whatever. I just what I do on Instagram is just from like social media, like what I see off social media, or like any like stories that's going on with celebrities and stuff, or just any like challenge or whatever. I just do a challenge. But I was also thinking about like incorporating like the funny things I see at the program because it's kids. Like kids do the dumbest things, no pun intended. And then it's
that would be a fun show.
And then just talk about, you know. So I was always thinking about that, but in the meantime, like I said, I did more stronger content, you know.
Yeah, well, because we've talked off air about how work is like the place we get like when I work in. I've had office jobs and non-office jobs, and like when I work in an office, the comedy I'm writing is about office stuff. Like today I was doing something on an Excel sheet and I was just like, all right, I got to write comedy about this. Otherwise I'll kill myself. But like, and cause it 100% like what you're doing during your day, that's where your brain is thinking like, oh, I should do that video about like, you know,
facts.
So I think that's
okay. I hear, but the content creator part of you, I guess, like what kind of stuff do you put on? Like what kind of, like you said, you want, this is rather this, let's gear it towards the future.
Okay.
What do you want to put, what do you want to do with it? You said that you want to do some more stuff in the new year. Like, what are you looking for?
I feel like we're like a parent who's like, what are you doing with your life?
Facts. Well, upcoming, they have a no pants subway ride thing coming up. So I'm definitely about to take care of that.
You're going to do that?
Of course. It's like my 5th year in a row. So if you go down my Instagram, you definitely want to see that. Like,
no, I saw that in 2018. I was going to bring it up, but like I didn't know. Like you just
every year,
every year.
That's my favorite holiday.
Wait, can I pause for a second? A really funny thing, like a really funny sketch, or like one of these like a similar kind of improv, like doing the no pants subway ride on the wrong day.
I like that.
Like get on and be like, hey, why isn't it anybody else? Like. and like loudly be like, "Oh, that's tomorrow." Oh no.
Well, if we write the sketch, you want to act in it?
Of course.
That's it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna write the sketch. We're gonna make this happen.
I'm not acting in it.
No, you don't have to.
There's no writing involved.
Max,
it's just
trust
I'm
me.
going.
Trust me. No one wants to see you without your pants.
I agree. I wholeheartely agree.
This is your place to provide.
There was I think there was somebody once who somebody had one of my apartment. You ever have an apartment? You live with other people, or you live by yourself?
About people.
Okay, fine. So you have an apartment mate who gave a key to somebody else, and like you didn't I don't know, for whatever reason they gave a key to them, and you didn't want them to get a key. Like, that ever happened to you?
No.
Okay, well that happened to me.
Yeah.
So well, whatever.
But you also have a weird situation. He had like a spare key in a lockbox, and a friend was just like giving the code out to other people.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
be
it was
like,
a,
"Oh,
it
you
was
can crash
it was
this
a whole
place."
thing, but basically, I mean, it turned out because like my fiance was living with these other people at the time, so I had a key to their apartment, they had a key to my apartment, and so I was like, "Hey, I don't want you to have a key to my apartment." And they're like, "All right, you don't get to have a key to mine." And I was like, "All right, fine, we'll trade." And she's like, "Yeah, I didn't want a key to yours anyway. I wouldn't want to walk in and like see you're naked or anything. I'm just like, I don't want to walk in and see me naked either. Like, I've looked in the mirror. I'm like, that's not an image like, for other people, for others."
All I'm saying, if that's the first thing that she said, I think she does.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
That's fair.
Like, I don't want there to be any beef.
I'm going to assume no. We're also cutting this out.
That's like walking over to someone on the street and being like, "I am not attracted to you and would not want to go on a nice date with you," and just walking away.
Yeah.
I mean, happens to be that happened to me when I was working. I was working at a bar once in Midtown, and like they had this random hire, and it became apparent soon that she was actually like off or like crazy or whatever, because like she was just talking to me, and I was just like, whatever, we were just talking, and at one point she was like, oh, you're cute, how old are you? I'm just like, oh no, I'm 21. She's like, you're too young for me. I'm like, that's not what this was. Like, I asked you, and then after the shift, like 6 hours later, she like started talking to me again. She's like, oh, you're so funny, but still, you're too young. I'm like, again, not what that was.
Yeah.
And the dishwasher, great guy named Jerome, he's like, yeah, I bumped into her with he had a huge bus tray full of plates, and he bumped into her, and he was just like, listen, I'm not into that kind of thing. And he's like, into what? like that's completely off topic from what we're doing.
It's like, I think that at that point it's her, not you guys.
No, yeah, she was definitely crazy. But anyway, I'm not really sure how we got to there. But yeah, back to what you were saying. Like,
but can we go back to that bar though? Like, can we like, I'm sure there's some nice females there. Can we go?
Oh no, there was plenty, but it was good. It was quite the place.
I want to play another video of yours, but I'm gonna run it by you first, just in case you don't want to play it. Oh no, it was the one. First of all, I want to talk about your shoe stuff.
Oh, my sneakers.
Because I'm not a sneaker guy, and I've always wanted to have a sneaker guy explain to me what sneakerdom is. The whole like kingdom of sneakerhood.
Oh.
I'm being hyperbolic. But you have this sketch that you made, which is really funny, and I couldn't pull it up. I looked for it, where you're like holding an ice cream cone, and you're like, man, I love my ice cream, but like sometimes when you go to the fridge and there's no ice cream there, you got to do what you got to do.
Oh yeah, of course.
And instead of ice cream, it's just Philadelphia cream cheese, and you just take a big bite out of it.
Yeah, I mean that's a hood thing. I mean, like if you don't got it in the fridge, you got it in the fridge at the same time. So
I just like, it was just a great twist. You know what I mean? Like I would never think to eat cream cheese and ice cream cones.
It tastes good. I mean, so I think we need to trademark it now. All three of us.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
put into
We're
that.
making it. You're wearing a suit, so you can be the CEO.
Ice cream cheese.
I was thinking about how well, like, we both came straight from work, and like I'm sweating through my button down, and I'm not liking that. I decided to wear a really thick shirt, and it's really hot in here, and I forget every week. So, but you're the one wearing the suit, so you're going to be in charge of us. Tell us what to do.
Okay, everybody get reports.
Nah, you first have to get us health care.
No.
Ah, darn it. You're not the CEO anymore.
Oh, well, that's
Get me free health care, and you're the CEO.
So, I've learned from experience that is not how it works. Quite sadly.
Yeah.
Quite sadly.
But I want to hear about your sneakers.
Whew.
What is it about? What is, like, I I don't understand spending like so much on, and I don't know if you spend that much, but like the idea of spending like a month's rent on sneakers, I don't spend more than like $30 on shoes.
Ooh,
'Cause
yeah.
It's like the biggest expense I have. Shoes. You go through them and they're expensive.
Yeah, well, like everybody has their own thing that they spend a lot of money on.
Right.
You know, whether it's sneakers or like or purses or just or
Healthcare.
or like traveling. Yeah, healthcare or like traveling. So everybody has their own personal thing they spend it on. But
I feel like one of those things doesn't belong in that list.
yeah,
like-
everybody. Hey,
Paying rent, going to Cancun.
Yeah.
yeah, everybody. Got,
I flexed last year. I went too far. I binged a little bit last year. I got a lot of ice cream, a lot of pizza. I got a lung transplant. You know.
Oh, you know how it is. And like, have you always been a sneaker person?
yeah, I love sneakers. But for me, it could be a personal reason that I didn't figure out yet. Like, my mom couldn't afford the newest Jordans, and like in high school, or middle school, or elementary in the neighborhood, like, if you don't have the newest Jordans, then you pretty much just throw your sneakers away. Just don't come to school, pretty much. So when I got older, you know, I was going off. Like, I got the funds. We gonna take care of those. Like, so. Yeah, so I always loved sneakers, but I just couldn't afford it when I was smaller. So I'm just getting everything I could always wanted, you know. So.
Got Family Guy sneakers.
Yeah, Family Guy sneakers. Yeah, I love Family Guy.
Yeah.
That's an in-store purchase, or is that something like online?
Online. Like it was a company that like partnered
or
up.
something.
I think I got when I was a kid, I got two sneakers, like two kinds of sneakers that like would fit into that category. I'm similar to Ellie. It's just not something that I spend money on. But one was it was a Reebok. They put out Monopoly shoes, which I thought was awesome. It was like color. it was like whatever the color. It was like gray, and it had like what is there a word for that, like medallion kind of thing on the laces?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I don't know.
The little piece at the end?
No, sometimes they put like a little medallion kind of thing. In the middle of it, it's like a decoration, and it was like the Monopoly guy. It was cool. And another time I got like those DC Batman Converse shoes. Like that's a very different category than like the whole Jordan's game. But
but it's still part of the like sneaker culture, you know. So that's
for sure. But that was my only touch into that a little bit. So I mean I saw the same YouTube videos. So you're just doing like an unboxing of your shoes?
Yeah, I used to do that. Probably should maybe do more, but I don't do it now because like I don't get the sneakers the first day because people like who work in stores get them the first day. People already who get them early already doing like sneaker unboxing.
Is that a thing on YouTube? Like on YouTube, like on sneaker unboxing?
Yeah. That's a big thing. Like people who get it early, whether they family or friends or they just have the connection, they get it early, then they do like an unboxing. So everybody who wants a sneaker wants to know, should I get it? So like, let me go see how it looks on foot, or let me just see, you know, how it looks, with a pair of jeans or whatever. So you look at the videos, which get a lot of views. Me, I stopped because I was getting it like a week late, like 2 weeks late. So there's no point of doing that.
It's a little different. But you could make a whole different game where like, I mean, this is not really something that you would do, but I remember there was a couple YouTubers that I saw that like took like things that people liked. And just destroyed them.
No.
Wait, there are videos that people do that?
A video of like getting the newest Jordans, getting the newest whatever it is, and just like
I've seen that.
This is a sketch. Like it's a joke, but like trying them on, but like falling in like mud or something.
I'm sure that exists. I'm sure that exists.
They do that
because they do that with the new iPhones. They'll be like, "Oh, we have the new iPhone," and it's literally like we threw it out a window. And it's just a slow-mo video of the iPhone, brand new iPhone, the day it came out, just smashing.
You see that video of the first kid in Australia who got the iPhone 7? Did you see that video?
No.
There was like a newscast of like it was on the news. He got the first iPhone, and he's unboxing it, and this is on live television, and the thing just fell out of the case.
Yeah, I seen that. That was crazy.
Are you serious? And it just smashed?
No, I don't think it smashed, but it was still just really funny.
Watch this clumsy Australian drop one of his first iPhone 6 units in the world. Not just Australia, in the world.
No, I can't imagine it was in the world. I'm not sure why they'd start in Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible. This is like heartrending. Especially because like I'm not an Apple guy, but like iPhones are gorgeous.
Yeah, they look, yeah.
And imagine cracking your iPhone, spending a few weeks in line, maybe, or a week in line. Because the same thing with sneakers. Like I'll walk past like what are they called? Like outlets, not outlet stores, but like like the Nike has a store in Soho, right?
Yeah.
And
Nike
like there'll
Town.
be lines just out the door,
Yeah,
and
of
like
course.
I'm like, I'm too cold for this. I won't even do this for like free food. Like I'm not gonna pay for things and stand in line.
Yeah,
But that's
part of the culture.
yeah. I want to ask you another question. Growing up, were you the funny guy? Like in school, were you the funny person?
Yeah.
Your family, were you the
Class
funny
clown.
person?
Yeah, class clown
Yeah.
in school. Class clown in school. Yeah. I had people like following things I did and all that.
Really?
It's crazy. It was
Do you find that like, most of your following is just like continuing that, like your same friends, the same everything like that?
Not well. It got different because like once you in high school, like you see the same people every single day in class and everything. So like I had just different groups because it was a small school, so like I just had to have fun. So it's turned bad a lot of times, but hey, it was fun.
But that's what's weird. That's weird because like I know even like with work, and I don't know what you're like at work, but like I know for me, like I'm a little bit more reserved at work because like I go in, I do my job, and I leave.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like high school is the last time, or college and things like that is the last time that like not even college, like high school is one of the last times where you're forced to be with people who you may not like, and you have like you know what I mean, like every day. Where work, like okay, like I'll see you once a week, or like I'll walk the other way, so I don't have to see that coworker I don't like. Like high school, I feel like you're just crammed into the sardine can with other people, and it can get really great or really ugly.
Yeah,
That's true. What YouTubers and Instagrammers do you follow?
Oh,
Do you like have YouTubers and stuff or?
well, YouTube is different because I don't really be on it like that. Like it's more Instagram now. Like YouTube was years ago. I just need to get probably back on that. But like YouTube, I just watch like battle rap and like wrestling. So I ain't gonna front. I still watch wrestling. I still love Triple H and everything.
Yeah.
But Instagram, I follow a page called The Shade Room because that's where they update the Shade Room. Yeah, so it's all celebrity gossip, whether it's Cardi B and Offset and everything, and like 6ix9ine. Yeah.
Who was it? Was it what? Two rappers having a feud, and one of them bought out the other's show. That was like a couple weeks ago.
That was gangsta. Yeah. So that was Drake. So Drake, that was like a month ago. Drake bought out Pusha T's like first 3 rows.
It was like a month ago, not months ago.
Well, the beef was months ago. So
okay,
so he did it a couple of times. But
okay.
But Drake bought like the first 3 rows of Pusha T's. Yeah,
that was nuts.
That's gangsta. That's gangsta.
That's just evil.
That's gangsta. But
that's so funny though.
But but me, we if I was there, I'm moving up.
Yeah.
Like, the whole team moving up. So, we go from nosebleeds to front row. We good with that.
Those 3 rows are empty for like half a second, and then everyone just rushes forward.
And I'm sure the staff going to, at least direct people to go to the front because it looks bad.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
Yeah. So.
Also, I'm sure like it was just a scam. Like, I'm more skeptical of like gossip nowadays because I'm like, it's all, they have a publicist who perfectly plans it, you know what I mean? And leaks it to the press. I just did air quotes. And, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's, I'm more skeptical of these big, like, oh my God, he bought out his concert and then he,
But that's gangster though. That's something you just.
I don't want to like get too far into this, but I kind of want to know why they're fighting.
Oh,
I don't follow any pop culture, any gossip or anything like that.
The Shade Room, like, so for me, I follow different pages of like whether it's like hip hop pages or pop pages, just different like that, like or like entertainment or entertainment news, something like that.
I can't stand that. I can't stand pop culture.
Yeah, but
it's just rich people I'm jealous of. Why would I want to read about them?
Yeah, but read about the gossip though, because we don't care about the good person.
They're playing us because they're still making money off of that.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like these people who are like, these like people who like start battle. Who is the guy who started that battle with Eminem and then like
MGK.
Yeah, and then a week later he released like an EP or something like that. And it was like, oh wow, like right. But I'm saying right after the diss track, he released like an album or something like that. And it's like, oh wow, that was a coincidence, Yeah,
I mean, well, like why not? Because you're you're dissing one of the biggest rappers of all time. Right. Like, so it's something called clout chasing, which is like you try to get like, fame off of somebody else, whatever. So why not? You just diss Eminem and people looking at you part of the beef. Why not? And
it was a good song.
Yeah,
that song
and like you can sell candy. So.
I actually had an idea, something along those lines. What if I just started taking restraining orders out on celebrities? I was wondering. That would be my way to like the top, because I would like imagine just like Will Smith receiving some random letter in the mail. Like Max Hollander said, "Stay away." Like who?
Like Kanye's like, who is this Max Hollander and what? And then all of a sudden,
I'd
you're
end up in a
trending.
tweet. That would be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah, is he from TMZ? Like, why? Yeah, so that'd have been perfect. That actually is a good
That'd
idea.
be great. I'd be like at the gym.
I actually asked someone about this who would know about it, and they said you need a reason to make a restraining order.
Oh, you do?
I can make up a reason.
Yeah, you
easy. I can make up anything.
Be
Yeah.
like,
I thought Kanye's last song was very aggressive, and I want to make sure he stays away.
my
You can do
God.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Be
I
like-
thought Will Smith was a bad genie for Aladdin because he's not blue.
I did not like his role in YouTube Rewind this past year. Wasn't a fan of that. I didn't like that he said Fortnite.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
It's like Beyonce's been hitting on me recently, and they'll be like, we know this isn't real.
yeah, you gotta. It's unbelievable.
But all right, so we're gonna continue. Let's just we're gonna say goodbye to Max for a bit. He has to run out. But
Good night, everyone. I gotta run.
He's literally running out right now.
Literally,
so-
he's running out to go copy some money from a bank.
Yeah.
Hey.
Steal. I want the record to show.
While he
Let
goes,
the record show I am stealing,
While
not
he-
copying.
So I want to talk to you a little bit more about social media because we've spoken before about this, and I think that
Facts,
someone
facts.
who's done this, I'd love if you could give just any advice because, like you said, any advice is helpful. So, like, if someone's listening and they're like, "We want to get started," what are metrics to like? They may not even know what metrics are, but like, what are things to look at? What are things to be aware of? Because you're funny, but you're also like you're good at it. You have your finger on like the social media pulse.
Yeah, well, first find out which social media outlet is the biggest. So that's Facebook. Tumblr is dying because they just don't allow graphic content no more, and that's like half a Tumblr. So like half a Tumblr is like naughty things. So they're slowly gonna die out. Hopefully they continue because a lot of people make a living off of Tumblr.
Really, I didn't actually know.
Yeah,
that.
a lot of people because it's based on it's the same thing. People like
And
followers and everything. Yeah,
it's advertising.
Yeah, advertising.
As well.
Followers and everything. So a lot of people going to lose because they talked about it. A lot of people going to be mad about it.
Right.
Like a lot of adult stars or just a lot of people in general who post that type of graphic stuff,
Yeah.
or just like R-rated jokes,
Yeah.
or well, not jokes, but
Yeah, or
gifts,
just think-
the gifts, yeah. So that's
and I think that's what's cool about the internet is that it is a place where anyone is accepted. Like it used to be that censors, if you wanted to be on a show, the censor would be like, you can't say that word, you can't do that thing. And things like this are important because you can have people doing things that are quote unquote not okay.
Facts.
But the Tumblr isn't as big.
Yeah, well,
Don't get on Vine. I've heard Vine is dead.
Oh, but Vine is dead. Just
Yeah, I'm
like
kidding, I'm kidding.
a vine growing out the floor because it's
literally-
teen corny Vine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Vine is dead pretty much. But like Snapchat is dying out because Instagram and Facebook is doing the whole like story thing. So
Right.
Facebook is doing what Snapchat does with the whole like a story and it erases after one day. Instagram
You're saying
finessed
keep it so it sounds like you're saying focus on what's going to be growing in the future. Like
Yeah,
Snapchat's huge right now, but in 5 years from now, is it still
and
gonna be
5
around?
minutes from now. Yeah, so Snapchat is pretty much dying because Instagram took the whole story aspect of a Snapchat and it's pretty much going right now. So Instagram and Facebook is still the two biggest, juggernauts. Instagram right now is popular, whereas you can get a lot of followers fast. Fast.
Really?
Well,
How do you do that? How do you? Any advice for building followers?
Yeah. So back in the day it was easier to get followers, but now it's slow because if you didn't have Instagram a couple of years ago, then it's gonna be kind of harder for you because like it was easier back then to get followers. But like hashtags is the centerpiece of Instagram, and social media in general. Like hashtag everything that relates to the video. If you want that don't release to the video, but more importantly, that release to the video. Hashtag.
And that's to find. I'm sorry. That's to find new followers who, let's say, are searching for other stuff that's related to your content. Like you find that you'll have, if you use the right hashtags, you get more views.
Yeah, like if you hashtagged Beyonce and then your post is about Beyonce. So let's say, and then if somebody goes to that hashtag, you'll see your video pop up with the other videos.
So let's say, for example, because you said you do like pop culture. So let's say you put like rant about something that happened to Beyonce, and then you do like hashtag Beyonce. you're hoping that someone, because I'm not really on social media and like hashtags like bewilder me, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
you're hoping that like someone's gonna who's following this is gonna type in Beyonce, see that hashtag, click on it, watch you, be like, hey, this guy's great, and then follow you.
Yeah, well, it's more well, it's like you have to have multiple hashtags. So like let's say that's hit or miss. Let's say you put like 15 hashtags and like, you know, and then of course you're gonna watch out for the bots, because there are bots that automatically follow you and then they unfollow you, you know, or people
Because they're hoping you'll follow them back.
Yeah,
and then
facts.
bang,
And then people do the whole liking a bunch of your pictures so you can follow them. So it's like a lot of different mechanisms to get followers. Another Another way is just adding a page. You know, so let's say it's a popular page or a popular person, popular artist, whatever. You just add their name.
Oh,
and then
I think you said adding a page, like having more than one Instagram page.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's frowned upon.
Yeah, that's stealing.
Yeah. That's you're
you know all those like, you know when you like type in a celebrity and you have to go through like their 8 fake fan pages before you can find the real one, because it's just like so complicated. All right, so we're at the end of the show. I just want to ask you one last question. You talked about doing stuff you care about and working with kids. Yeah. With your comedy, is there something you're trying to do or want to do beyond just being funny? Because you're really good at being funny. Is there something more?
I just want to just take my acting serious.
Oh, acting serious.
So that could all simultaneously work out together, but I just want to focus on my acting and really take it serious in 2019, because I really fell off heavy. So I just want to take that serious, and then everything else that comes with it comes with it.
Well, into the new year, if you're watching a movie and you see in the credits Tevin Wallace, right now,
of course,
you just heard him say acting in 2019. He's going to be doing it.
Yeah,
and I think anyone who's a content creator, trying to be a content creator, knows that it's hard and you just got to keep getting up and working on it. Once again, this has been Radio Free Brooklyn. Tevin, why don't you say hi to everyone? And
hey, what's up, y'all?
And we'll sign out.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, you're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, not just for laughs. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next week.